Would that be wrong?
Your resistance girlfriend won't mind. It's a rhetorical question.
What are your impressions after meeting our host?
Do you trust no one, or are you just being polite?
I just wanted to know your opinion. If what we are planning here is going to work, you'll have to trust us at some point.
I'm not sure if he's a good Felcher, but he seems to be an experienced thaumaturge. And it's not easy for me, but I think I would trust him. Not that I have any choice.
What actually convinced you to run away with me?
A woman without secrets becomes vulnerable.
Let me guess.
Surprise me.
I think I was the perfect opportunity to get off Konieczkin's leash.
I wouldn't call it a leash, rather an entanglement.
Am I right?
Perhaps.
Who is Sarah Rivkin?
You saw my files at Konieczkin's. Sarah Rivkin is none of your business.
I think you owe me one.
As far as I remember, you were the one who put me in the hands of Yochrana.
And then I got you out of them, alive.
Do you want the long story or the short one?
Long. I've got time.
Quiet. So, a Jewish orphan, Sarah Rivkin, was born in the Austro-Hungarian partition. When the street decides to end her, fortune sends her help in the form of a popular psychic, Madame Samira. Samira adopts Sarah as her daughter, and they become inseparable. Madame Samira can see more than others. She's the one who made Sarah realize her thaumaturgist nature. But Madame also has enemies who can reach her in the safety of her house. Sarah knows she has to disappear if she wants to stay alive.
So you took her identity. I guess it wasn't too hard for a thaumaturge to act as a psychic.
Indeed.
Why did you decide to come here? With Madame's money, you could be anywhere.
Anywhere is neither worse nor better than here. But the gaze of Samira's assassins won't reach here.
Scowan's shackles do, however. How did you meet him?
You'll know when you deserve to.
Were you close with Madame?
Wouldn't you be close with someone who raised you?
Believe me, it's not so obvious to me.
It was Madame who taught me how to live, not the streets. She was unique. By adopting her name, I believe I saved her in a way. This is the least I can do to repay her.
Thank you for opening up to me.
Look out, I might start to like you.
Let me change the subject.
Finally, how long can you pity yourself?
I'll come back later.
Sure.
Did you manage to solve your healer's case?
I'm working on it.
I see.
Tell me how a Jew, a Tatar, and my father met.
Who first? Choose.
Tell me about my father.
I met Stanisław during the January uprising. He was still a bachelor then. We were in the same unit under Traugott.
Were there many thaumaturges fighting back then?
We didn't flash it around. Besides, we all bleed red. I used to be a frequent visitor to your house, but as time went by, less and less so.
Did something happen?
Just life. Stanisław focused on his family, and I focused on my practice.
What about Sofer?
The old rabbi was introduced to me by Stanisław. He was the one who sought to acquaint us with one another. Sofer was a powerful Kabbalist and very respected in his community. He was the one who brought the golem into existence. I didn't get a chance to know him better, as he died shortly after casting that curse.
Do you think that summoning the golem might have been the cause?
No, it was the profusion of cookies he loved so much that killed him.
You treated Sofer. I found a prescription he wrote.
That's true. A hopeless case of an addiction to trivialities. Had we met sooner, he might still be alive.
Tell me about Horovic's case. How did it impact the coterie?
He was actually the reason it started to fall apart. He was a socialist chemist who knew a lot. There was a risk he would be exposed.
So my father killed him.
Stanisław took the burden of that decision upon himself, reckoning with consequences. He knew the Jewish community would blame him, and Sofer couldn't defy the will of his people. That would compromise him and be the undoing of us all. Stanisław did us a favor. And to socialists as well, I guess.
I have some other questions.
You do?
Tell me about yourself.
I'm afraid your request is too broad. Ask me a more direct question.
Do you come from here?
You're asking if I was born in Warsaw? I only came here after the uprising. My family comes from Vilnius. But my heart beats the same as yours.
Tell me more about the Tatars.
My ancestors settled around Vilnius over 600 years ago. Since they were noblemen, we kept our own religion and traditions.
Are you all Muslims?
Are you all Catholics? Everyone lives by their heart. And that's the way it should be.
Who do you consider yourself to be?
A doctor.
I meant, who do you feel like?
A Tatar, a Pole, a servant of Allah. I am all of them. I like to believe that I'm a good man, too. I avoid labeling people, Victor. It leads nowhere.
When we first met, you tested me.
I had to know what kind of clay you're made of. Forgive the pun. You impressed me back then. You proved to be the son of your mighty father. And what did you think of me back then, if I may ask?
I must say you impressed me, especially considering the fact you look rather...
Old? Experience comes with age. Remember that. Remember also that kindness and gentleness have nothing to do with weakness. And that they cost nothing.
I have some other questions.
Go ahead.
I have to go now.
May Allah guide you.
Vaše dokumenty.
Pardon?
What don't you understand? Documents.
What is it? Can't one take a walk anymore?
Niet. Not with that book. Documents. I won't say it again.
Рядовой Стрельцов. I'll take over. Documents, or are you deaf? Show them to me and you can be on your way.
Why so nervous, officer? If it's papers you want to see, I'll show you. I've nothing to hide.
He's a magician, Captain.
What, am I blind? I can see he's a magician, but he's not the one. Show Harsho. You can go. Just watch yourself.
I'll remember. I won't cause trouble.
I've got my eye on you. Streltsov, reinforcements are needed on Bzetska. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Intriguing.
You saw how he crawled! Warsaw is ours!
Well, yeah, but maybe that's enough already.
Sonny, it takes fire to fight devils.
Well, if you say so.
You saw how he crawled! Warsaw is ours!
Well, yeah.
What's going on here?
A crusade in the name of God, that's what.
Is Rafa inside?
Mother of God! Sonny, there's another one!
Are you messing with my mother? I'll kill you, so help me God.
Such a good son, virtuous. The hatred you carry in you, however, was planted by people who are using you like a puppet. Stop the bloodshed. I know you don't want it.
What is he saying to you, Tajik?
He's right, Ma. What do we know about these magicians? Only what they wrote in the leaflets. But is it true? And we won't bring that one back to life. I'm going home. I won't spill blood.
Tajo.
The things people come up with.
Did you come here to gloat, Shulsky?
Don't speak. You're losing a lot of blood.
What do you want?
I came to offer you a deal.
What do you know? You need me. Then I'll die happier knowing I'm thwarting your plans. Lean over. Lean over me, posh boy. Let me tell you something. Fuck off.
Damn it.
Enough of this. The time for vengeance is here. A Warsaw free from magicians!
What are you here for?
We came for Rofe. Let's take this one too. We'll put them both to the torch.
I bet he's in cahoots with the other one. You can tell he's the same kind of vermin as the Jew. Put fire to them, boys!
Stand back, Granny. It's gonna get gory.
I'm not in the mood. Fuck off.
Kill him before he says anything more.
You made it, my friend. Wonderful.
About what happened in the church. Did you get what you'd hoped for?
Yes, although bloodshed was not part of my plan. But apparently, such was God's will. But I'm sure that the news of that boy's miraculous recovery has reached the right ears. Time will tell, of course.
Why didn't you help me when they locked me up in the Citadel?
God is my witness. Did I not send Lazarev to find you? Did they ask you anything during your captivity?
I didn't say anything against you, if that's what worries you.
It's good to know I can still count on your loyalty. It's good that you're here. That God guided you to me again.
What's the occasion? Do you want to thank me for something again?
Not today. Today, all of you gathered at this table are equally important. I want to celebrate you with this humble supper. I hope you'll join us.
Grigori, we have to talk.
That sounded serious. And one should sit down before discussing serious matters. Perhaps during supper. Will you join me?
Did you invite the press?
My sermon must have made quite an impression on her. Good.
Tell me more about this occasion.
What do you want to know?
The corner near the brothel. It was cozier at the Nadazhinskis.
But today, we wouldn't all fit. Look around and see how many believers we've gained.
Are you saying that they were attracted by the miracle at the church?
Of course. And a brothel is as good a place as any other. Better even. Here, lust trumps propriety, and nakedness is a symbol of truth. We're celebrating truth here today. Truth in community.
You went to a lot of trouble to prepare this supper. To what purpose?
I wanted to meet, to talk, to show my gratitude to those of you who have persevered on the path of truth, and stand with me, despite adversity. Bless you.
Who can I expect to see at this supper?
It's difficult to mention everyone. My flock keeps growing, but people are different. Strong, wise, weak, dumb. Some stumble and never get back up. They will be missed today. I pray for their souls. What's important is that you came back.
That will do.
So, will you join us now?
All right, I'll stay. And what do you plan to do after supper?
God created a world and placed a beautiful garden within it in the east. Then, he placed a man there. The plan is for us to meet in paradise as well, because there we will get that which we deserve, my friend. No more, no less. Do you recall our conversation over your father's grave, when I asked who you feel you are?
Yes, I replied that I am defined by thaumaturgy.
And I promised you all of the Empire's thaumaturgic knowledge. And it will be so. So help me God.
I believe in what you promised me.
Amen. We'll talk more about the future soon, my friend. But my bladder's calling. And Victor, I am telling you now before it happens, so that when it does take place, you may believe that I am he.
Water! People, give me water!
Is he dead? Oh, God. He's dead!
It's okay. Is this what death is like? An infinite void? Where am I? Is this hell? Well, I could have seen it coming.
I'm telling Mom, all you temperatures are crazy.
And the teacher said, Victor, is the rat here in the classroom with us right now? I almost pissed myself.
Cozy.
Slow down. You'll get your clothes all dirty.
I'm the head of this family, and I deserve respect. You'll put me in an early grave. This is the end. You've lost. Did you not hear what I said? This is the end.
I was wondering where you'd bother me again.
You needed me, so here I am. It is time for the trial.
What trial? Is this some sort of court? Barbarit.
Yes. A trial over the conscience of Viktor Shulsky.
Of what do I stand accused?
And what weighs on your conscience? A clay colossus. A beautiful, destructive force.
The threat you visited upon us.
Yes. And do you understand why? Good. So you understand that every victory requires sacrifice. And the end only justifies the means. Ultimately, the golem rests at your side, correct?
Enough. Starting now, we're doing things my way. Release me.
You're in charge here, remember? If you wish to skip the trial, it will be so. Are you ready to hear the verdict? What do you think the trial has revealed?
The fact that I can bend the rules of any game because I'm a thaumaturge.
And you think that's the way it should be?
No. Power should not be the answer to everything or an excuse. It is the power of human character that shapes reality.
The verdict is guilty. Guilty of doubt, lacking confidence in his own abilities, and guilty of ignoring his conscience. Guilty, guilty, guilty.
This cannot end like this.
And it won't end until you begin on one of the paths. This is the only way you can atone for your transgressions.
Are you talking about Rasputin and the coterie?
There may be other paths available. Which one do you prefer?
What do you want to tell me?
That you can reach the world, following paths less trodden. Does it surprise you? After all, you can play against the rules. But now, focus on what's in front of you. So? Why the coterie?
I believe that they are the answer to troubled times, and that they will be my rock.
So, you accept everything that was meant for you, and you will use it as you see fit. Are you happy with events taking this course?
No, that's not what I want.
So, remember what it is you're feeling now, when the time for the trial comes.
And you? What would you do in my place?
I died beneath that tenement house. What you see is an embodiment of your pride, conscience, or doubts. Those are the things you're arguing with. Don't. You are your own worst enemy. Go now.
Will I ever see you again?
That's entirely up to you. You are in charge here.
Let's meet in paradise, the garden near the fountain. You are Peter, a rock, and upon this rock I will build my church, and all the powers of hell shall not prevail against it. I have an idea who the author is, but I don't know how it's possible. I have no idea where to look for this paradise and garden. I don't remember how I ended up here. Is it possible that what happened near the brothel was just a dream? You're right. A dream wouldn't hurt like this. I'll think about this later.